More American workers are concerned today than they were a year ago about their retirement prospects. Specifically, there's a lack of confidence about having enough money to live comfortably throughout retirement. Here to lend context to the conversation, Luke Vandermillen, the Vice President of Principal Financial Group, and from the Employee Benefit Research Institute, Jack VanDerhei. Good morning, gentlemen. It's nice to see you.
Good morning.
So we're looking at the results here from the 26th Annual Retirement Confidence Survey. This is the longest running survey of its kind. What did you notice? What were the major findings here?
Well, as you mentioned, we basically survey workers and retirees to see whether they're confident they'll have enough money to be able to live comfortably in retirement. This year it went down a bit from last year, from 22 to 21% of the workers now very confident, but it's still up significantly from just 3 years ago when it was only 13%. I think the most important takeaway, though, is it really depends on whether the workers have a retirement plan. For those that do, 26% of them are very confident that they'll have sufficient funds for a comfortable retirement, but for those that don't, it's all the way down to only 10%.
Wow. So, Luke, what can workers do then while they're still working, before they get to that point of retirement, dealing with this confidence issue? What can they do now to get on track and then stay on track once they do decide to retire?
Yeah, there's a couple really easy things that people can do to get themselves on track and stay on track, as you said. And the first, take the time to calculate how much you should be saving towards retirement. It's really easy to do. You can go online. There's a number of different, really easy retirement calculators out there. We have a good one at principal.com that you can just take a minute or two and figure out how much you should be saving. A good rule of thumb, most people should be saving about 10% of their income over the course of their working career to set aside enough money for retirement. The second thing that people can do is talk to a financial advisor. Talk to a professional who can help you kind of take a current inventory about how much you're saving. That becomes increasingly important as you get closer to retirement and you need to start figuring out how to effectively spend down your savings. So talking to a financial advisor has makes a big difference in terms of whether or not someone's confident or not confident about their retirement prospects. And last but not least is, if you have access to a plan through your employer, like a 401k plan, take advantage of it. Most plans have a matching contribution, which really helps people move along in terms of saving for retirement. More and more of those types of plans are automatically enrolling employees and automatically increasing their contributions to get up to that 10% target. And we see that as a very positive trend. So those are the three steps that we would encourage people to take.
Is it ever too late to start? Because if you're talking about 10%, for some people, if they're, they're younger, they're not making as much, they've got young kids at home. I mean, it's hard maybe to squirrel that money away. But then once they get into their career a bit, that might be more feasible. Is it ever too late to start planning for retirement?
It's never too late to start planning for retirement. That's why one of the best ways to save for retirement, and one of the easiest and kind of pain-free ways, is through payroll deduction. So while somebody may not be able to start contributing 10% right away because they have other expenses that they need to take care of, that's why some of those automated features that I mentioned just a minute ago are really important, because maybe you start by signing up for 6% of your pay, and then you increase a little bit each year to get yourself up to that 10% target. But it's never too late, and regardless of what stage you are in your career.
I know you mentioned principal.com. Any other websites where you'd send our viewers if they'd like to learn more, kind of follow up here online?
You can find the survey results at EBRI.org.
Great. Jack, thank you. And Luke, we appreciate your time as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, tomorrow